Kia ora Gonzaga, welcome to the Polymers Workshop. So you have read the article on polymers and maybe watched the video if you still didn't understand. Then you've completed the Kahoot and now you're here. So hopefully you've got a good understanding of polymers and now we can do a science experiment around them. So our learning intentions for today, we are learning to identify key elements of a scientific experiment and explain how the experiment links to Beatitude number 4. Those who hunger and thirst for righteousness shall be filled. Our success criteria. So I will follow the scientific method, excuse me, to complete an experiment from start to finish, apply my recent knowledge of polymers to understand what happens in the experiment, and explain how this links to Beatitude number 4. Those who hunger and thirst for righteousness shall be filled. So just a quick refresher, what are polymers? The word polymer comes from the Greek words for many parts. So each of those parts is called a monomer, which in Greek means one part. So basically polymers are made up of lots of little monomers. And think of it as like a chain. Okay. Ideally, you want to have this doc open. It's in the follow-up with the scientific methods. You can fill it in as you go. And then to do the experiment with me, you'll need a snap lock bag, some sharp pointed pencils, and some water. All right, let's get started. We're going to follow the scientific method. So our questioning, the question we're wanting to answer is what happens if we poke some sharp pencils through a bag, snap lock bag half filled with water. You can frame that question however you like. Then we're going to make our prediction, our hypothesis. What do we think is going to happen? And then we're going to follow the method. So the method, you're going to half fill a snap lock bag with water. So we'll do that. All right, let's see what happens when we poke holes through this snap lock bag. Now I'm pretty confident that nothing's going to leak. So I've got my assistant here and I'm going to do it over her head and we will see how we go. There we go, one through. Let's go again. Oh, here ready? Two through. Now it's important that you're trying to keep them semi-straight to go through. Okay, we have, I have checked to see fails. I'm going to go the opposite way this time. There we go. Now you'll notice that with one hand I'm holding the snap lock bag nice and tight. Okay, the other hand's poking the pencils. I've got 3 in there so far. Let's see. Oh, there we go, number 4. I reckon we can get all 6. Five. And let's go back the other way for number 6. Yeah. 6 pencils through our snap lock bag, not a single leak. Now I'm going to tip this on her head. Run, you better run. Alright, so what's this got to do with polymers and science? Well, this snap lock bag is made up of polymers, okay, which are teeny tiny little monomers that you can't even see. Alright, remember polymer means many parts, okay, so it's made up of many parts. Now when we poke the hole through, we are poking a hole in the polymer, okay, but we're filling it instantly with this pencil, creating a bit of a seal, okay, so then the rest of the polymer just kind of envelopes around the pencil. Then we poke it out the other side and we're pushing out, and if you can see up close, okay, you're pushing out the hole, all right, pushing through, but you're sealing it immediately with this pencil. Now if I was to take a pencil out, all right, I've ruined that seal, okay, and the water will leak. So if I hold open this one, there we go. You can see it's now leaking out from where that hole is. All right, it can't repair itself, can't repair the hole, okay, and there's nothing now plugging it up. So, be cool to see you guys give it a go at home. In your doc, you're going to write down the observations that you made from when I was doing the experiment or when you're doing the experiment at home. What happened in the end? What was the science behind it? Why did it happen? And I've just kind of explained that in the video. And yeah, just make sure you complete the doc. The last thing is, how does this link to Beatitude number 4? Now, what we thought was, if you imagine this is your bag, okay, this is you, all right, and remember, if you hunger and thirst for righteousness, doing what is right with God and with yourself and for others, then you will be filled by God. Now, with the snaplock bag, you imagine that water, okay, that's God filling up the snaplock bag with water, all right, and then things happen. They come along in life, and they could be not necessarily good things, and they poke holes with the pencils, okay? But because the foundations, like you've got a strong belief and strong with your relationship with God, the foundations are pretty strong. So even when things poke holes, okay, and bad things happen, there's a seal around it, okay? And that water doesn't leak. That goodness from you does not leak. It doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so that's how we thought it could link to Beatitude number 4, and you might have more that you could add to what you think or how you think this science experiment could link to those who hunger and thirst for righteousness will be filled. Right, we'd love to know what you reckon. And so once you finish the doc, make sure you press submit, and we look forward to reading your responses. Enjoy the rest of your week. Ka kite anō.